There's a trend going on Twitter which says the phrase when you realize you start hating your girlfriend. And this trend makes me realize how, like, we are seeing evidence where we say that men really hate women. I don't want to say all men because some are going to come for me, but most men, they hate women. For this trend to come, I mean, when this trend came out, this guy just posted on his Twitter page and was like, that face when you realize you start hating your girlfriend. I was even thinking people are going to bash him, like people are like, oh, people are going to call him out and be like, why would you say that? We don't hate our girlfriend, we love them, blah blah blah. But then, to shocking, people, men, boys started posting, oh, that face when she do this, do that, do this, do that. Anyways, that's what we're going to talk about today's video. This is, if you are looking for a particular video that shows that men really hate women, this video is for you, because you cannot tell me they do not. After this trend happened on Twitter last week or 2 weeks ago, you can't tell me they do not hate women. No, you can't tell me that. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Maria Davis and I'm back again with another interesting video. Let me go ahead and put in so much videos together. It is not a stitch, but people actually explain that went to Twitter to get the old topics. So I'm going to put the videos together. Let's watch it all together. They're very interesting, so let's watch.
So I found this post on Twitter, and at this point I'm guessing it's some sort of male response to the boy math jokes that girls were making. You can pause to read it, as well as, this little section right here. And while this thread is an absolute horror novel, it is a novel that every woman should read. When you're wondering why you're having such a peaceful day and it turns out she's giving you the silent treatment, you could be ghosting her and she would still be texting you, I just want to make sure you're okay. You can talk to me. Like, are you kidding? Yo, that's when the I'm busy phase kicks in. When can I see you sounds more like a I'd like to annoy you and unalive you with boredom and regret. Although this thread can be painful to get through, I think it is really important to note that there are thousands of men liking, agreeing with, commenting on, and most importantly, detailing the ways in which they manipulated, they've gaslighted women they do not like into staying in relationships with them. But something I don't think men realize because they were too busy yucking it up is that they have now communicated something to women that women have known for a pretty long time, but they have officially confirmed it. Number one, men cannot be alone. Like, y'all are weirdly codependent. Number two, y'all are unusually comfortable with using women for specific services while holding a large amount of vitriol in your hearts for them. Almost like a master would a slave. Number three, when you ask women to marry you, it means nothing. When you ask women to have your kids, it means nothing. Because at the end of the day, you could still hate them and resent them for not taking a hint and breaking up with you. And four, and this is really a doozy, you have now communicated to women that they cannot trust you to communicate directly. Meaning that instead of women asking men what's wrong with them when they've started to change their behavior, you're suggesting that they just leave. That's right, ladies. If your man's feeling down, if he's being distant, if he's being less affectionate, if he's moody, even if it's looking like something might be going on with him, men are telling you you should just leave. Do not pass go, do not collect the dust bunnies in his wallet, just leave. Your time is precious, your time is valuable. These men are not joking, they know what they're doing. This is emotional abuse. Leave.
Brethren, you see this thread and what it's gonna cost, or should I say what it's currently costing? I need to start checking yourselves, because this guy just woke up one morning and decided that the phase where you start slowly hating your girlfriend is crazy. And he went on to say, when you keep messing up on purpose so that she can break up with you and then she keeps forgiving you, you'll be having a bad day, and when she hugs you, it becomes even worse. Like, the guys on this thread, it got worse. Believe me, some of you are truly not meant for relationships. It makes me miss those days where men were picked to go to war. They were picked to go to the forefront and fight to their death. No, because imagine slowly hating a girl that was on her own peacefully and very much unbothered before you asked her to date you and practically begged her to date you. And now you guys fall out. Instead of you to communicate as a normal human being, as a mature human being, you went on Twitter to start a misogynistic thread. You for this eye opener because you won't believe what I just realized. This thread just made me realize that I have dated men that got to the hate stage with me, because that is what you're calling it. And I thought I was being patient, I was being tolerant, and I was overthinking. Even when you're with the type of woman that lets you express yourself without judging you, instead of communicating, you go on Twitter to start a trend. I'm sorry, but you see why some men only get flowers in their grave? I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You all have so much hate for women, but complain women use you only as ATMs. It just shows that a lot of women are fighting for nothing. They are killing themselves for men that are their enemies. Men that do not want to see them progress. Men that hate the sight of them. I hope the pick-me's know they are not left out, because most of you all don't even be all that. Wake up, kings! Wake up! They detest you. I understand that some men were trying to put their feelings into words, but trust me, if women start this trend, it will lead some of you all to depression. And I promise you. I feel like the only person you should be communicating with is your girlfriend. Mature people handle their affairs. So if you're treating your girlfriend like this, if you're just cruel to your girlfriend and she doesn't know about it, how would you treat your wife? Because when it comes to marriage, you guys live in the same house for Christ's sake. So nobody can opt out except it's divorce. Yeah. Or is it what I'm thinking?
Yes, it's it.
Is it what I'm thinking that... Jesus. This is why I be the one to suggest a breakup. Any little thing, like if you're not okay, if you feel like we're not compatible, it's cool. Like, so that we can bounce. Do not tolerate me. Don't have pity on me. Because it's better I find somebody that loves me for me and really wants to be with me than to stay here and endure. My name is not endurance. Even endurance these days, they don't endure anymore. From the things I've read on this thread, you have to start double checking, my girl. Start double checking. If your boyfriend is acting anyhow, maybe he's in the hate phase. God. Oh my God. Maybe he's in the hate phase. So there's something like that. Thank you for this information. And with that being said, I'm gonna bye. Stay safe, y'all.
A couple of days ago, this thread went super viral of this man saying that phase when you slowly start hating your girlfriend is crazy, and when you start messing up on purpose so she can break up with you and she keeps forgiving you. And a lot of men just basically explaining how they become emotionally abusive and harmful in relationships in order to try and get their girlfriends to break up with them when they are done with the relationship. A number of y'all will be mad at me, but it must be said. We need to call a thing a thing. This is what's happening. Baby, you're experiencing what I like to call a discard. These men are playing with your emotions because they are discarding you. And I will go as far as saying I know that there is danger in classifying people as narcissists, and I promise to you, I'm not saying that all of these men are narcissists, okay? They don't have narcissistic personality disorder, but I am saying when it aligns, and when it applies, it applies. Men are conditioned, okay, let me make this one bigger because y'all need to see this one. Men are conditioned in society, in a patriarchal society, to be narcissistic. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all, and it fits with the cycle of narcissistic abuse. And I'm not, again, I understand the implications. I'm not saying these people have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, but I am saying when it applies, it applies. From idolizing you in your partnership, making you feel extremely special, then devaluing you, seeing you, treating you like you're less than, and then disposing of you or getting you to dispose of them. I had a client the other day refer to it as a reverse discard, where they try to make you view them as the problem by fucking up so much that you have to get rid of them, but they always hoover and try to loop you back in. I'm sure so many people can relate to this narrative. That's it. Language is powerful. Use it properly. Don't go around here diagnosing people because you ain't no psychiatrist. Hell, neither am I. So all I'm saying is know the language, know the signs, get off the cycle when you see the cycle happening. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. Don't fall for the okie doke. That's it.
There is a tweet right now circulating the internet where a man talks, and by man, I mean boy who is not yet developed, talks about the phase in a relationship where a guy starts hating his girlfriend. I don't even need any more context because me and you, baby, we already know the criteria for this dude, and it's almost always the same. Girl math says that me and you can put 2 and 2 together, and we know exactly who the fuck we're talking about. These are the type of guys that want to use you and then resent the fact that they had to claim you in order to do so. This is why I tell you, and this is why it is a fact. It is so true, and it pisses so many of you off because you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed. A man that tells you no fucking hates you. He fucking hates you. A man that makes you go 50-50, he also hates you. These men fucking hate you. You should not be taking a relationship lightly. And you know what? As much as you want me to talk about the guys, I'm not even going to waste my breath. I'm going to talk about you because the power is in your hands and you have the ability to change this. You have the ability to change the direction and the people that you interact with and ultimately starve these guys out. Like literally don't even look at them. Like why can they even speak to you? Begging a man to do absolutely anything for you is a scam. Asking a man for things that you know he should already be doing, a scam. Being his mother and looking after him the way his mother should, also a scam. You're not his mother. Stop doing that. A man that loves you, a man that genuinely cares for you, that respects you, that values you, a man that values you is not going to put himself in a position to lose you. This is why I tell you that trying to prove your worth to a guy who doesn't see it is a scam. He's never going to see it, baby. You could break your fucking back. He's never going to see it. Want to know why? Because he doesn't see you. Because he doesn't take you seriously. Because he thinks that you're just a girl. He thinks that you're just there to be used, essentially. In the most politest and nicest of terms, he literally thinks you're nothing. This is why it is so important to actively be an active chooser in this process when you're engaging with guys. Actively vet these guys, vet them, observe them. Do you have any turnoffs? Do you have any turnoffs when it comes to you? Like I said in a recent video that when a guy tells me no, I'm immediately disgusted. It's immediately no for me. The fact that you feel comfortable telling me no, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about it. And people are like, oh my God, if I could say no, he should be able to say no. Absolutely, baby. When it comes to me, you cannot say no. And you should not feel thrilled about telling me no, baby. What the fuck is that? When a man tells me no, what I really hear is go ask somebody else. That's what I hear, baby. And you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call me what you want to call me. But you need to stop dating and looking at these men who literally could not give less of a about you. They could not give less about. They're literally just using you. They're using you. And the majority of the time, as soon as they think they can get somebody a little bit better than you, they're going to drop you. They're going to drop you. And then once it doesn't work out with that, they're going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. Like the worst place you want to be with a man is where he feels too comfortable. Like he's got you like secured. He's got you in the bag, especially these type of men. Do not look at them ever. These are the same guys that are not planning dates, that don't want to take you out, that are playing video games all fucking day, that are like, for the boys, living for the boys. Don't consider you when they're making decisions. They don't respect you. They do things behind your back. They lie to you. They manipulate you. And you think it is the honor of your life to have this man like you? You need to follow for more, because what the fuck? By no means am I saying that this is an issue or a problem that women have to solve. We do not. But we get to choose. We get to choose. We get to select our standards. We get to select the criteria for the guys that we choose to engage with and entertain. We get to choose who we look at, who we talk to, who we speak to, who we get into relationships with. Ultimately, we are the chooser. We can choose. And we can leave at any time. And that is the power of this. That is the power of this video. I love you.
Real quick, so someone sent me this trend that's going on, started by this tweet, and I'm shook but not really. Ladies, are you just out here dating demons? I know that the dating pool has pee in it, but what? Brothers, are you not ashamed? Are you not embarrassed? Is this the standard? And I know some of you are going to say, we're just joking. It's just jokes. But the crazy thing is, a lot of women have actually been through some of these things that you wrote about. So are you actually joking, or are you sharing notes? And also, do you even like women? Let's start there. Do you like women? Because if you're not happy, you can leave. You can actually leave. I made a video on how you can break up with someone. Not this. This is just childish.
Many men would rather hate the woman they are with than break up with them. And I say this as somebody who has been in that kind of relationship. That behavior is so toxic, but what I have come to learn is that it is a man's responsibility to change his actions. But since they don't do that, it has then become our responsibility as women to no longer tolerate these kinds of actions. If your boyfriend is constantly putting you on edge and you are regularly questioning if he not only loves you, but likes you, hold your head up high and leave. But speaking of leaving, many men will create this unbearable environment for the person they say they love. But when a woman decides she no longer wants to tolerate that kind of behavior and leaves, they beg for them back, or even worse, try to hurt them in the process. It's really unfortunate that we have to protect ourselves from the people who were meant to be our protectors. But what's new? At this point, many men have expressed their happiness with where they are at and who they are. Unfulfilled, emotionally unintelligent, hollow, insecure versions of themselves. And each day that we women continue to reward their pathetic behavior is another day that we lose. Please, I'm telling you, you are not a rehab center. We spend so much time babying them, cooking for them, cleaning for them, doing everything for them to treat us like this. They've laid out their playbook for emotional abuse, and we still don't listen. I know it's hard to leave a relationship like that, but it is possible. I did it. And please, when you leave, do not go back when they say they'll do better. They're putting more effort into trying to get you back than they ever did when they had you.
Some of you are dating the very things that you're binding and casting. Like the demons you think that are after your life, the ones that you think that are coming from the village, yeah, they're your boyfriends. They are your boyfriends. Because if you read the comments under this tweet, you will be horrified at the things that people do simply because they want to break up with their girlfriend, but because they're too much of a coward to actually come out and say, I want to break up with you, or I don't think this relationship is going to work anymore. They would rather make these women go through hell intentionally, hoping that these women will actually end the relationship. So while you're in church or whatever you believe in and you're praying against demonic forces or weapons fashioned against you, it could just be that the weapons fashioned against you is the very person that you think you are in love with, or that you're in love with, or that you think is in love with you, rather. That could be the weapon formed against you. Because imagine dating someone and then you start having issues in your relationship, right? And then you try everything you can to fix the issues, to make things work, not knowing that the reason why things are not working is because the person you're trying to make things work with wants things to fall apart. And you trying to make things work is actually pissing them off even more. Like, you guys are dating devils and you don't even know. And what makes this even more wicked is the fact that these people stay in these relationships for weeks, months, sometimes years, making another person's life miserable simply because you are too much of a coward to open your mouth and say, I don't want this relationship anymore. Tomorrow night, if they call alpha male, you will drag your smelling self and come outside, but you cannot have a simple conversation with your partner. This is... I'm going to need you guys to start reevaluating your relationships, especially if your relationships are starting having issues. Start reevaluating them, because it could just be that you are in a situation like this where the person you're dating wants that relationship to end and they don't know how to tell you that they want it to end. Now, before someone would come and say women do this too, I want you to understand that with women, I dare say it's a little bit more complicated. And the reason why I'm saying it's more complicated is because women have literally ended up getting unalived because they flat out broke up with their boyfriends or with their partners. So I don't think it's as easy for women to just come out and say they're done with a relationship as it is for men. Men don't have excuses.
So my people, what do you have to say about this trend? Because this trend, as in evidence, clear evidence that men hate women. I don't even know what to say, because why would you get to a stage where you start hating your girlfriend, the person that you once claimed you loved? Then when you get to that stage, what do you have to do as a man that you call yourself? Are you not supposed to just probably see how things can work out, or tell her to be going to where she's going to? And you know the funniest part, this also happens in marriages. This also happens in marriage, because men do not even end up with the kind of woman that they want. They just end up with the woman available for them. They are feeling like, oh, I'm at this stage of my life, I need to get married, and this is a particular woman available at that time, so just marry her. And at the end of the day, he starts slowly hating her. Let's say the woman went as far as to start giving birth. That's why you see some men be like, my wife is irritating me, I hate to see her, she doesn't look like she was before. It's because you never liked her in the first place. You were never in love with her in the first place. So because she gave birth and probably she has stretch mark, or she added a little bit of weight, or she just, you know, her body changed. Of course, her body is going to change with pregnancy. If your body is not going to change with pregnancy, people should get pregnant and see how easy it is. So now they start bringing out how they are irritated by their partner, they are tired. That is why most of these married men, they go outside to cheat. And when they go out to cheat and find out that, oh, these people outside is even worse than what they have inside, they will now come back inside to meet the woman and start begging, oh, I'm going to change, oh, I'm going to change. Let the woman now accept them back, they will still go back outside. Like, why are you guys being a coward to just say you're no longer interested in a relationship? Let people go their way. Why do you have to put human being in that situation? And the woman, probably a girlfriend, will try to make things work. She will try everything possible. She will do everything. She will even be thinking she's a problem, not knowing that you don't even like her anymore. Like, her sight alone disgusts you. Because of this trend on Twitter, there were a lot of skits. Like, all these people that do skits videos, short videos for comedy. I don't find those videos funny anyway, but they say skits and comedy. They start making those skits like girls. They start showing us real, like, you will not be like, it's true. Because I feel like at some point we have gotten to that stage. If you are really dating men, you'll have gotten to that stage in your life that a man will truly, because you wonder that what did I say that is getting angry at me at? Like, if I just say like normal things, and you just be like, they will just shout at you, or just be like, what warrants all this kind of conversation? You wouldn't know that he has gotten to the stage where he's slowly hating you. And this is they're just bringing it out to give us evidence, to stamp it that yes, this is real. We do not like you women. We like you at a point, but we don't like you again, or we don't even like. We just date you for dating sake. Because I really don't know why at this stage in your life you start hating your wife, your girlfriend, and a lot of people are confirming it. Like, a lot of people are confirming it. A lot of them are confirming it. It's a normal thing. They start making it like it's going to be like a joke, but it's not funny. Because it is true, it's what we women are experiencing, it's what you guys are doing to us, that's what you are telling us now. And it's not funny to us, because I don't find those things funny. I do not find them funny, because it's not funny. You're putting someone's heart health at risk, and you think it's funny. It's not funny. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.